Guys, this is my John Deere backpack blower. I think I bought this new in the year 2000. It's a model BP50. It has a Kawasaki engine on it. It's actually a really nice machine, but what's happened is that I literally have never had to fix anything on this the whole time I've got it. Other than putting a new air filter in it, I've never done a thing to it, and it runs perfect. I never had any issues with it until recently when all of these fuel lines on the carb here have decided to harden up and crust up and everything. So my local John Deere dealer actually is no longer a John Deere dealer. About 6 or 9 months ago, they pulled the franchise away from them, and I don't know how they could make any money being a John Deere lawn tractor dealer when you got Home Depot and Lowe's and all this competition selling cheap crap for $1,000 to $2,000 at their stores, and the John Deere dealer is selling $7,000 and $8,000 riding tractors, which nobody in a commercial setting would ever use. I don't know that there's too many homeowners that would spend $8,000 on a tractor, but you know, they didn't really sell any, at least in my area here, there's no market share for zero-turn commercial John Deeres. Everybody uses a Skag or an X-Mark for the most part, or a Ferris. So anyways, I got nowhere to get parts from. The closest dealer from me is actually in New York State. It's probably an hour drive from here. And there's one in the northern part of Connecticut that's on the Massachusetts line that's almost an hour from me. And John Deere is really good at locking down all their parts. I've gone through this with various projects in the past where if you got a Kawasaki engine on a John Deere, it has a certain like spec number, and all the public parts lookups that you can see in the world don't have that number. It's like you can only look at those parts if you're a John Deere dealer. Anyways, I found the parts through the John Deere jdparts.com. I found all the part numbers, and I got 2 new fuel lines, a fuel filter, and a grommet for the tank, and I spent almost $50 for that crap, which is really absurd. I'm sure that there could have been some better way to do it if I knew it, but that's all I could reference. And the gas lines are finicky, and if you get the wrong diameter or something, they're all by millimeters and whatnot, and they don't tell you how many millimeters it is in the parts lookup. They just give you a part number. The stuff I have is so shrunk over time that you could never measure it and know what the size is. So anyways, we're gonna pop these new lines in. All right, so here's the fuel lines here, and what you gotta do is just kind of pull these things off, and they always shrink like crazy, so it's really hard to do. I'm just gonna put this pair of needle nose on there so I can pull it. It just broke the line, so I'll have to cut it with a knife. This is the one that was really giving me trouble here. It just kind of disintegrated. So let's see if we can get this stupid grommet out of the tank. This is probably going to be the hardest part of the job, is the grommet. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so here's our fuel filter. All right, so here's all our new parts here. We got it's actually a Kawasaki fuel filter here. Oh yeah, let's see if we can get all this junk out. So we got the filter. Here's the line that attaches to the filter here. Let's see. Let's see here. See if we can slice this thing open. All right, let's see how it compares here. Yeah, it looks legit. Then we got the new grommet, PS1099. Yeah, let's see if we can get this off. Well, I ended up buying all these parts on, I think it was eBay. There's some John Deere dealer that actually had them for sale on there, and this grommet is very hard, and the old one is too. And here's the other line that It was yellow on the original one. This one's pink, and you can see there's a Kawasaki part number that they put this John Deere label over. So I suppose I should try to peel that off and put it in my parts file here. See what the Kawasaki number is. It'd be a lot easier to get probably. So let's see if we can get this out of there. Okay, so now this is always the hard part, is getting them through the grommet. A few months ago I was working on that Echo hedge trimmer, and we actually bought a grommet that had the lines in them, because look, you see like how small that is compared to how big this is. So I'm going to try to push them up in through the bottom and pull them through there, but it's not easy. See that difference? It's like less than half the size. So I'm not really sure how we're going to achieve this, to be honest with you. So let me take you off the camera, and we'll come back when we get it through. I don't know, I just found that maybe I can do something with this punch here. Push the punch through, I can feel it in the hose. I'm trying to push it by gripping it across the bottom here, and it's so close. Oh, there we go. Come on. There we go. There we go. Sweet. That worked. Now it's just a matter of pulling it through to the same length that it was in the original one. And let's see if we can kind of match that up the best we can. I think that's pretty good. Now the other one here is going to be even harder, because it's even a bigger diameter than this. I don't know, this is just crazy. What the heck are they thinking with these things, you know? Let me get the other. Well, here's the one that came off of it, and you see, like, I can almost fit the old one inside of this one. That's how much different it is. And I don't know, maybe this part isn't right, but we're going to try to get it in there somehow. Give it a shot here. I've tried to like fold it a little bit sometimes, but you're dealing with such a small diameter of tubing that it's hard to even do that. Ugh. Try it the way I did it with the other one, where I just put this punch through. You can see the punch in the line there, and I'm trying to force it through. The rubber is pretty flexible, so you can kind of hog it out a little bit here. But the bottom line is that this sucks. That's the bottom line. Each one of these hoses costs like $9.50. Some ridiculous amount of money. So if I screw it up, then it's going to cost me a lot of money. Let's see. Yeah, this one is a lot tougher than the black rubber one was. It's so close. If I can just get one little piece through there, I should be good to go. It's right at the surface now. It is so close. Come on. Oh, there we go. We got it. We're getting it. It's coming through. This punch works good for this. There we go. Come on, baby. There we go. Oh, yeah. Look at that, huh? Now, just got to pull it through a lot. Probably should squirt some lubricant on here. Make it easier to pull it through the rubber. I'm going to get a little like WD-40 and spray it on there or Alright, let's see what happens if I give it a little tiny bit of WD-40. Maybe it will lube it up a little bit. This thing is tight, man. I hate to use pliers, but I'm gonna. Oh, Jesus. There we go. Again, this is the line for the primer. So what I don't want to do is have it pulled out too far. Then I can't pull it back into the tank, which would be a problem. I was supposed to have this clamp around the top too, where it clamps onto the actual carburetor, as Terrell says. Let's push this clamp down. Now, let me just see if I start to feed this thing into the tank here. You know, the thing is that you can always pull these lines up, but you can't really push them in farther once you start going here. And you can see that my black line is too long. My red one, or my clear one here, is just about good. So I'm going to pull the black one down the hole here about an inch or so. Let's see. You just pull it down here about an inch. Well, that's probably a little too far, but like I said, you can always pull it up. Can't push it back in very easy though. Let's see. Yeah, that guy should be pretty good like that. That guy we can always pull back up. So I need my little knife here. See if we can cut this old line off that little nipple on there. Let's see. It's amazingly tough, this stuff, considering how much it shrinks and all that crap. Now the next part is, can we get this grommet in? That's always the hard part too. It actually went in pretty good. That wasn't bad at all. I thought it'd be a lot harder to get that grommet in. There's a little spot over here that I'm not happy with how it looks. I can get my little punch under there. Get a little screwdriver and just peel it out there for a minute. All right, let's see. Maybe I can get this screwdriver under there. I have a little pick too. Just get that thing under there and see if, yeah, there we go. That's all we needed. Just peeled it out. And now let's see if we can jam these lines back on. Black one, I'm going to pull up a hair more. Let's see, that should be good. Let's see if we can get this turd on there. It amazes me that how much these lines shrink and don't shrink, or whatever the case is with how they're pliable or not pliable, or whatever the deal is there, you know. So here's our other one here, which will go up here on this. Once you push that grommet in there, it makes it really hard to move the lines. They become kind of sandwiched in there, if you will. That dumb little clamp just goes on like that. I would like the black line to be on the nipple a little bit more. It's giving me a hard time. Maybe I can massage it up with a screwdriver here or something. Be careful, because you don't want to slice the thing. Oh, that worked. Just kind of grabbing it near the top and pulling it up. There we go. Alright, so it should be totally together now and done. So let's see if we can start it. Got the primer here. Oh yeah, look, gas is flowing right through there. That's a good sign. Put my choke on. And this thing floods easy. So chances are I just flooded it pressing the primer that many times. Let's see. That's awesome. I said, it runs perfect. Yeah, that was a success, huh? For sure.